If you'd like to ask a question, please raise your hand. We'll look to get round as many as possible. We'll start with Nizar.
And you must have been delighted with that first half, but were you surprised that the second half was also so difficult?
Exactly. Completely agree with you. Very happy first half, very upset second half. This is the analysis of my personal view of the game. I think first half we were very, very good. It's always complicated to go away and score 3 goals. We were playing nice football, create chances. We didn't concede nothing, and second half we were not doing the right things. Probably the first goal we conceded open a little bit the game, give them the boost, the energy to come back in the game. And then the 3 goals we concede, I think all of them we can avoid. And for sure today also we had a very stupid red card that is completely unnecessary.
Do you think that the red card was deserved from the...
Absolutely yes. Yes. Stupid foul, we can avoid that.
What was your message to him after that?
No, it's not to him, it's to everyone that I completely support and understand when there are red cards like Brighton or Man United that it's difficult, but red card against Nottingham and red card today, both we can avoid that, and we have to avoid that.
Good, Simon.
Not to sort of labour the point, but is it a bit embarrassing, like Chelsea's discipline record? I know you sort of explained the red cards with the 10 men with United and Brighton, but is it now getting to a point where it's a little bit embarrassing for Chelsea?
No, yeah, but it's embarrassing when it's a red card like today. Like today, it's embarrassing, you know, because it's 2 yellow cards in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, I don't know, 7 minutes. Both, I think we can avoid that. So it's not good.
Were you able to shout out to Liam when he got the first yellow to sort of keep calm, you know, keep cool?
Yeah. After the yellow card, I told him 4 or 5 times keep calm. But Liam is a player that when he's inside the pitch, probably is a little bit playing the game for himself, and he struggled to realize and to listen around him.
And last one for me. Is there also a bit of disappointment that you brought on so much experience in Enzo, Casado, Neto, Cucurella, and yet still couldn't control it?
But we lost the balance of the game before the change, so it's complicated for the ones that they go inside to adjust that. But first half 0-3, again the game was completely under control. Then we conceded the first goal. And then we panic a little bit, but it's part of the journey of this team, this squad that needs to grow, to make experience, to get better and better.
Okay, we'll end there. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right, Blues fans, we need to talk about what happened at Molineux last night, because this is getting absolutely ridiculous now. Enzo Maresca has finally lost his patience, and honestly, who can blame him? Chelsea scraped through to the Carabao Cup quarter-finals with a 4-3 victory over Wolves, but it should never have been that close. 3-0 up at half-time, cruising, and then the second half turned into an absolute nightmare. But here's the thing that's got everyone talking this morning: Maresca's brutal post-match assessment. The gaffer didn't hold back, and for the first time this season, he's publicly called out the discipline problem that's threatening to derail our entire campaign. Before we dive deeper into what Maresca actually said, if you're not already subscribed to this channel, hit that subscribe button right now. We're bringing you exclusive Chelsea analysis, breaking news, and honest opinions that you won't find anywhere else. We're a community of proper Blues fans who tell it like it is, so join us and let's grow this family together. Now, let's get into the absolute chaos of last night. Liam Delap came on as a substitute in the 60th minute, making his return from that hamstring injury he picked up against Fulham back in August. The 22-year-old striker, who joined us from Ipswich Town for £30 million in early June, had been out for 2 months. You'd think a player coming back from that long out would be sensible, measured, trying to ease his way back in, not Delap. Within 7 minutes, 7 bloody minutes, he'd picked up 2 yellow cards and was walking down the tunnel. First booking came for wrestling Yerson Mosquera to the ground, proper WWE stuff that. Then, before the first card had even gone cold in the referee's pocket, he's leading with his elbow into Emmanuel Agbadou's face, Stupid, absolutely brainless. What made it even worse was that Maresca had warned him. The manager revealed in his press conference that after that first yellow card, he told Delap 4 or 5 times to keep calm. 4 or 5 times. But here's where it gets really interesting. Maresca's analysis of why Delap didn't listen. He said, and I quote, "Liam is a player that when he's inside the pitch, probably he's playing the game for himself, and he struggles to realize and to listen around him. That's a damning assessment from your own manager, isn't it? Basically saying the lad's in his own world out there, not thinking about the team, not listening to instructions." When asked directly if the red card was deserved, Maresca didn't hesitate. Absolutely yes. Stupid foul, we can avoid that. No defending his player, no excuses, just straight facts. Then came the line that's been doing the rounds on social media all morning. It's embarrassing when it's a red card like today. It's embarrassing, you know. Because it's 2 yellow cards in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, I don't know, 7 minutes. Both I think we can avoid that, so it's not good. Embarrassing. That's the word he used. Not unfortunate, not unlucky, embarrassing. And you know what? He's absolutely spot on. This is Chelsea's 6th red card in 9 matches this season. 6? That's not bad luck anymore. That's a pattern. That's a serious problem that needs addressing immediately. Maresca made an important distinction in his press conference, though. He said he can understand and support red cards like the ones against Brighton or Manchester United, where it's more about tactical situations going wrong, but the ones against Nottingham Forest and now Wolves, both completely avoidable, both down to individual indiscipline, both absolutely unacceptable at this level. The frustrating thing is, this should have been a brilliant night for Chelsea. First half was magnificent. Andre Santos scoring his first Chelsea goal with a strike from the edge of the box in just the 5th minute. Tariq George tapping in from close range after a brilliant run and cross from Jamie Gittins in the 15th minute, and then Estevao chipping Jose Sarr beautifully in the 41st minute after robbing possession. 3-0 at half-time, playing some lovely football. The Molineux crowd chanting, "Sacked in the morning" at Wolves boss Vitor Pereira. Then the second half became a battle. Just 3 minutes after the restart, Tolu Arakadare pulled one back with a clinical finish. Wolves suddenly had belief. The crowd was roaring them on, and Chelsea looked shaky. In the 73rd minute, David Moller-Wolf scored his first goal for Wolves with an excellent left-footed strike at the back post from a long throw-in sequence. Suddenly it's 3-2, the momentum has completely shifted, and Chelsea are hanging on. What's concerning is Maresca's admission about what happened to the team's control. He said, "We lost the balance of the game before the change, so it's complicated for the ones that go inside to adjust that." He brought on experienced players like Enzo Fernandez, Marc Cucurella, and Pedro Neto to try and regain control, but by that point, the damage was done. In other words, once you've panicked and lost your shape, bringing on better players doesn't automatically fix it. Then came Delap's red card in the 86th minute. Just moments later, Jamie Gittins scored an absolute rocket in the 89th minute, a stunning strike from distance that smashed in off the post to make it 4-2. You'd think that would kill the game, but no. Wolves scored again immediately through Moller-Wolf's second of the night, making it 4-3 inches the 91st minute. Chelsea were literally hanging on for dear life in those final moments. The red card means Delap will miss this Saturday's massive London derby against Tottenham at Stamford Bridge. That's his first game back from injury ruined, his manager's trust damaged, and his team weakened for a crucial match, all because he couldn't keep his head for 7 minutes. What's really telling is comparing Maresca's reaction now to how he's handled previous red cards this season. Up until now, he's been relatively protective of his players, trying to explain situations, talking about learning experiences. Just last week, he said he treats his players the same way he deals with his own children, preferring to help them understand rather than punish them. But last night was different. Last night he snapped. He used words like stupid, embarrassing, and unnecessary. He publicly called out Delap's mentality and inability to listen. That tells you he's reached his limit with this nonsense. Maresca also touched on something crucial when discussing the overall performance. He said, "First half, again, the game was completely under control. Then we concede the first goal, and then we panic a little bit. But it's part of the journey of this team that needs to grow, to make experience, to get better and better. There's the key phrase, part of the journey." He's acknowledging this is a young squad that's still learning, still developing. But here's the question. How long can we use youth as an excuse for basic discipline failures? Yes, Maresca joined Chelsea this summer from Leicester City, where he just won the championship title and earned Manager of the Month 4 times. Yes, he's working with a young squad that needs time. Yes, he's already won the Conference League and the Club World Cup in his first season at the Bridge, but 6 red cards in 9 games isn't a learning curve, it's a crisis. The broader question for Chelsea is whether this discipline crisis is symptomatic of a deeper cultural issue. Is it the age profile of the squad? Is it a lack of strong personalities in the dressing room? Is it simply individual moments of madness that happen to be clustering together this season? Whatever it is, it needs sorting fast. Chelsea are still competing on multiple fronts. They're in the Carabao Cup quarter-finals now. They're performing well in the Champions League after thrashing Ajax 5-1 recently. And they're trying to push for a top 4 finish in the Premier League. But you cannot consistently win matches with 10 men. You cannot build momentum when you're constantly firefighting disciplinary issues. You cannot develop young players properly when they keep making the same stupid mistakes. The positive from all this? At least Maresca is being honest about it now. At least he's calling it what it is, embarrassing and stupid. That public accountability might just be what these players need to hear. Sometimes you need your manager to stop protecting you and start challenging you. Maybe this is that moment for Chelsea. As for Delap, he's got a lot of thinking to do. He joined Chelsea specifically to play alongside his former Manchester City Academy teammate Cole Palmer, attracted by the prospect of Champions League football. He scored on his debut in the Club World Cup against Esperance and has shown glimpses of what he can do. But he's fighting for his place in this team alongside Nicholas Jackson, who's had his own discipline issues, including red cards last season. Now Delap's shown he can't be trusted to keep his cool even for 10 minutes. That's not the impression you want to make on your return from injury, especially not when you're trying to establish yourself at one of the biggest clubs in world football. The match itself showed both sides of this Chelsea team, the brilliance and the brittleness. When they're confident and in control, they're excellent. The first half performance was genuinely impressive, with young players like Estevao, Tariq, George, and Andre Santos all getting on the score sheet. But the moment adversity hits, the moment the opposition gets a goal back, there's a fragility there. That's what Maresca was talking about when he mentioned panic. That's what needs fixing alongside the discipline. Looking ahead to Spurs at the weekend, Chelsea will need to be smarter, calmer, and more composed. It's a derby, emotions will be running high, but they absolutely cannot afford another red card. They cannot afford another collapse. They cannot afford to give Maresca another reason to use the word embarrassing in a press conference. The talent is there, no question about that. The potential is obvious. Maresca has proven he can win trophies. He's already got 2 in his first season at Chelsea. But potential means nothing if you keep shooting yourself in the foot with needless sendings off. Maresca has laid down the marker now. He's made it crystal clear that this level of indiscipline won't be tolerated. The players need to respond. They need to show they're listening, unlike Delap at Molineux. This Chelsea squad has a choice to make. Grow up fast or keep making the same mistakes and watch the season drift away. Based on last night and Maresca's reaction, the time for excuses is over. The time for action is now. Let's see if they're up for it.